Hey there, Alan Matthews here from Classical Guitar Shed, and in this video we're going to talk about how you can play more expressively and give much more range and dynamism to your music using 3 levels of sound. We'll talk about what they are, how to use them, how to practice them, and what good is all of that. Alright, to begin with, let's just say that music thrives on contrast. If it's all bland, or if it's all the same, it comes out bland, right? If it's all the same volume, if it's all the same timbre, meaning brighter, rich, if it's all the same note, it gets bland. Even the same rhythm can get bland. So one of the things that music does is thrive on contrast. And one of the things that we can use really effectively in our guitar playing for contrast is volume and the level of volume at which we play. And this is where the levels of sound come in. So instead of thinking in, we have as loud as you can go and we have as soft as you can go, right? Instead of thinking in all of those, all the different shades of gray in there, all 50 of them, then instead just think of 3. We have a very loud, we have a very medium loud, like an inside voice. If you just played a note, right? And then we have very quiet. And quiet means quiet. It doesn't mean just a little bit quieter than loud. It means very much quieter than loud. So we have quiet, medium, and loud. Just the 3. Well, how can you actually use this in your music? Let's take a look at some music. So the first way that we can use this is just to play an entire section or line or exercise at one level. So if this was loud, F means loud, forte, we could just play the entire line, we could play it loud and just choose a level and stick to it. No notes are louder than the others. It's just one level of sound all the way through, and sometimes this is the best option. Not always, because if you do it always like that, then you're going to sound like the kindergarten choir singing, but it is the right choice sometimes, and it's great. It can be great for exercises and scales and whatnot as well. Now with this one level of sound, you can also split this up so that this part is all loud, this part is all soft, or something like that. So you can contrast, and that's called terrace dynamics. This is loud, then it goes to this, then it goes to this, or however it works. So that's called terraced dynamics. And you can do it that way as well. Another way that we could do this would be to go note by note. So this note is at one level, and this note is another level, and this note is another level. So this works really well whenever you have an interior voice, like this has this repeating G going on constantly, and so we would want to have that at a lower level. So we have loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft. So we can actually have note by note. This note is at this level, this note is at this level, this note is at this level. This works with this type of writing, but it also works in this melodic writing, like here. In a line like this, we can have the first note being quiet, the second note as loud, and then the next note is medium, which I played kind of quietly, but then you can phrase in that way to where you have there's the 3 sounds and you choose the level of each individual note. That's great for phrasing. So to practice this, you could choose a note and just play it at the 3 different levels: loud, medium, and soft. And then just go back and forth. Loud, medium, soft. And really exaggerate how medium can you get it, how quiet can you get it, how loud can you get it. So you really have a big contrast between loud, and soft, and loud, and soft. And then what is right in the middle. And then practice hitting that middle point. You'll find the middle point whenever you're playing the 2 might be the hardest for you, or it might be the quietest one, or it might be the loudest one. So the next way that you could use levels of sound in your music is by choosing a level for each voice. So you have your melody, you have your bass, you have your interior voices. Traditionally, the melody will be the loudest, the bass will be second loudest or medium, and the interior voices will be quietest. And so you could also practice that. And that gets into balance, which is a whole other conversation. Well, those are some ideas on using 3 levels of sound. It can get you really clear about what you're doing with each music. You can make decisions on each note. Which of the three is this? That takes all the fuzziness out of it and says, this is how I'm playing this. So enjoy that. It's really important to recognize that with this kind of thing that it gets hard, it's very technical to be able to do these things. It's all about progress, not perfection. And so any little bit that you do this will help. It'll just make it better. And of course, in 20 years, you'll be better at it. But for now, it's all about process, not perfection. Just focus on practicing in that way. Focus on doing it a little bit. If it comes out just a little bit and you're playing, so much the better. It's just one more nice thing to throw in there. All right, have fun. Please subscribe to this channel, and I look forward to seeing you soon.